Right before we jump into this video, if you haven't signed up for the Froknows Photo email list, you can do so by looking for this orange box over on the website. Put your name, email address in it, hit send it, and I will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low light situations. Jared Polin, FroknowsPhoto.com, and welcome to another Adorama Picks Rapid Fire Critique. That's where I take your best 10 photos and give them a critiquey McCritiquerson. So let's get started this time with Justin Shrum has submitted his 10 best photos. Now, if you want to submit your 10 best photos, you can do that down below in the comments. Just leave a link to your best 10 images on any website that you have them. Just as long as there's 10 of them, I will do the critiquing randomly. All right, so let's go through this. Let's see what we have. We will click on this, and we can see that it is shot with a Nikon D600, 28mm f2.8, and we can see the other settings, so on and so forth. So right off the bat, my thoughts for something along the lines like this is that a horizontal will work better. Why will a horizontal work better? Because it just, when you let's use this. When you do this, I like the lights up top, but when you do something along the lines of this, it's going to bring the interest into the image. Here we just seem too far away. It just seems too snapshotty, too amateurish. Now, it will draw you into the subject if it was shot a little tighter, and I think horizontally would be much better. So, you know, that's a personal preference thing. I just think tighter is going to be better because you're going to bring out this person in the background. You're going to bring out, woo, hey now. You're going to bring out, you're just going to bring it all out. So I think that's better. I like the editing. I like the way that the photo looks. I just want to see that tighter, a better composition. So this composition, obviously it's cropped, but for landscapes, I'm perfectly fine with that if you go for something. But it's too, like there's too much space here, and cutting off this just, does it hurt you? Because it absolutely hurts me the way that this is cut off. It just feels awkward and like it's trying too hard. If I was to do anything, I would rather leave more sky up above than water down below. It just, also the image, what is it taken with? 28mm 2.8 again, at 2.8, 1600 ISO. Does that say 20 seconds? It looks like 20 seconds. It's just, the way that it's composed, I don't like it. I don't like the cropping that's done after the fact, so we'll move on. That's pretty. What's this one taken with? 35.18. 1/200th of a second. So the clouds are beautiful. The monuments are nice. Now, if I was to, you know, let's be critical just a little bit. I feel that this thing on the right-hand side is too close to the edge, but some people may tell you that they don't want this one right in the middle, so maybe that's why he did what he did. But all in all, I like this part. I just think that the sky is too fake. It's too brought in after the fact. And for me, because look, you've got this light here, but then it gets dark here, and it's dark here, but it's light here. So it's just like you went in and you light painted with whatever you did. Let me turn that off real quick. And it looks like you light painted with what was going on and just painted around. So, you know, dodged around. You can see the edges are a little too much with the editing. It's a little too heavy-handed. So be careful with that because it is a nice image. You just have to be careful with how much stuff you do to the sky with the layers to bring it back. But all in all, I do like it. So this is a triptych of people smoking something. It's probably weed or something along those lines. Is there a title? Nope, no title. But it is a triptych. I like triptychs. I like the way that this works. Now, it's a very muted edit. Again, personal preference. I like a little punchier, but I just think in this case, I don't think it needs more contrast. I just think it needs to be slightly brighter because it's a little on the dark side. But again, that could be me on my side of the screen here. But I like what's going on. I like the triptych. It works well. Nice job. Moving on to the next one. So again, this is one of those snapshots on the street that I just think is not very appealing. There's not much interest going on here. It's just a snapshot on the street. It's a guy walking, somebody walking, and that's it. It doesn't really resonate. It doesn't say too much, and that's why I don't like it. Now, what could we do to make it better? I just think you have to find a more interesting subject, a different angle, not just bam, here's a shot, and that's it. So moving on. Yeah. So same thing here. I mean, yes, we're tighter. I just think the love locks are there. The vertical is, I think that this would be better as a horizontal. I just think getting closer to the pole over here and shooting back towards the person. And it also looks like she's got this bullseye thing sticking out of the back of her head. So you want to be careful about that when you're looking through the camera, because that just looks like it is sticking out the back of her head. I just think a horizontal would be better. You could still show the love locks, but you could also get more of the bridge, because just, you know, in this scene, it seems lost. It just seems like we're lost in the scene because you can't tell really what else is going on. All right. So we got 50 millimeter this time, so a little further away. I like the dog, but again, we're too far away. Need to get a little closer. The composition, you know, I don't mind this stuff in the background, but even if you composed along the lines of this, that could give you a better shot. So the horizontal could be better. It's interesting because most of the time that people are shooting, they don't tend to stick to verticals. People usually tend to stick to horizontals, or horizontals as I like to call them. But in your case, it seems like there's a lot of verticals. You got to get close. You got to fill the frame. Even if you filled the frame vertically, get closer. It's just one of those things you have to do to get the shot. All right. Just looking through the grate, the light, it's fine. It's okay. I don't have much to say about it. It's hard to really say, like, is it you know, are there cars going by, which it's not. It just seems like it's the sun. It's all right. It's just hard for me to understand what that one is. So comic book verticals. So this one fills the frame more. Oops. This one fills the frame more, and I like what's going on with it. I like the way that it's composed with this isn't being cut off. And this person over here, I don't mind that they're there. Yes, it would be better if they weren't in it, but that doesn't take away because you can see that this person is looking for a magazine right here. And in this case, the vertical works tremendously. So I like the editing, like the processing, like the composition. Really nice one right here. And you just see how it pops out much better. All right, and then the last one here, what are we shooting with again? That must be an fully edited picture. So I like what's going on in front of the Starbucks. I like that you have the full band in there, the four piece. The composition is nice. The editing is nice. Maybe pull back just a little bit so you can show more of what is in the guitar case or the banjo case in this matter, so that you can see the money. Just a little, like a smidgen back. But I really like this one. Not bad at all. Nice job, Justin. There's some really solid images here. Like I said, this is probably my favorite in the group, so I think it works out very well. So there you have it. That is another Adorama Picks Rapid Fire Critique. I hope you understand the point of a critique, and I say it time and time again, but if you're going to critique somebody's work, don't just sit there and be like, I don't like it. If you don't like something, that's okay. This is my personal opinion on the images. It doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't mean it's wrong. But if you're going to critique, my rule of thumb is that you give a corrective criticism. You don't just say, I don't like it. You say, here's what you could do to make it better. And that's what it's all about. Helping people, even if you're going to give your opinion, don't be a dick. Just give your opinion, but try to tailor it in a way that is positive. I don't like what you did here, but I do like this aspect, and I think if you did X, Y, and Z, it could take it to another level. So that is where I'll leave it, guys. If you want to submit yours, the only place to do that now is down below in the comments, because I will check back to these video posts, and that's where I'll grab other critiques from in the future. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.